Hi, welcome to the Airbrush Fast Track, my 5 video series on how to master speed and profit with your airbrush. Now, airbrush does intimidate a lot of nail techs, and I think it's because they don't understand exactly how it works. I'm going to help solve that problem for you today, right now in this video. I'm Chloe. I've been doing nails for 21, almost 22 years at this point. Yes, I am 43. Born in 82. 22 years at this point, and airbrush has been a life and time saver. When I moved to a new area, it was all about offering something different than what was currently available. Now, 3 things that I've really been seeing in nail techs like hit on the hard points whenever they're talking about airbrush is it takes a long time to learn, it's very messy with equipment, and it's very complicated to get the detailed designs. I assure you, none of those things are true, and I'm going to tell you why. I have been doing airbrush for years at this point, and what I learned is you got some foundational techniques that are really going to take your work from 0 to 60 in about 5 days. That's about how long the learning curve is when it comes to airbrush. They're going into airbrush thinking that they have to be creative when all you really need to do is master the technique. And then mastering that technique from your ombre fades to your 3-color blends to using your stencils and layering them to even adding other mediums with it. Like I do airbrush, I'll stamp with the airbrush. So I'll airbrush, add a stamp design. I'll also airbrush, I'll have foils in the background or add foils to the top. And I'm talking about the embossing foils or even the film foils. There are so many ways to use airbrushing your nail art and have it speed up your time over and above, say, a pat gel or even a pigment. Because when you use those things, you still have to give it time. You have to put different layers on each one in order to make the application solid. And airbrush kind of eliminates that for you. The second thing is messy equipment. It's a mess everywhere. It takes so long to change the color. Oh my goodness. I've heard that so many times, and I promise you we can solve that right now. If you're having troubles with your equipment, it might be because you bought something super cheap. And I get it. You're getting into a new technique and you don't want to break the bank when it comes to equipment. But you do still want quality equipment. So since I've been doing airbrush for so long, I did put together a complete free guide on the type of equipment that I have used, because I've personally actually used over 10 different types of hand pieces, compressors, not sponsored by any single company. I've demoed so many different airbrush paints, airbrush gels. All of that stuff is actually in the guide. I'm going to put the link for that one below, and you can have that totally free as a gift from me to you, because I need you to get this technique and get faster. What I'm noticing with a lot of the nail techs who've been in the industry maybe 3 to 7 years, they want to make the money, but they're also getting burnt out because they're trying to offer every single thing that comes out. Secondly, they're not yet confident that they can charge the price points that they need to charge in order to generate significant income for themselves and their families. So in my line of thinking, if you're not sure that you can charge the price that you need to charge in order to be profitable, you need to get faster. Getting faster means in the same amount of time it would take you to do all that nail art with the pat gels and this, that, and the third, you reduce that time down by just airbrushing it, stamping, adding foil, adding glitter, keeping it moving. You make more because you take less time and you get those clients in and out the door. So your profitability is increased because you're not on that same client for 2 or 3 hours and only making $70, $80. And we do not want that. Lastly, nail techs are always talking about how messy the process is when they're doing airbrush, and it's not. It's easy to change the color. It's easy to change stencils in between, especially if you're doing 2 hands. You always have one hand either curing in the light or one hand drying while the other hand is being worked on. So simple. I like to use tacky based stencils because I feel like they're actually easier to use than the Mylar sheet stencils. You don't have to worry about it slipping on a nail or a stiff finger client not holding their hand in the way so you can get the work done. We know sometimes we have to arm wrestle with Carolyn and her friends, right? Yeah. So in order to avoid that, I do like to use a sticky base stencil. Cleanup is also significantly easier than everybody makes it seem. Around the cuticle area, you can always use a liquid latex or a medical tape that takes seconds to apply. They have finger guards that you can use, and all of those things are actually in the guide to help you, clean up quicker. I do use in a lot of my designs an acrylic water-based airbrush nail art paint. So after I top coat and it's cured, I really can just wipe around the client's skin with either a little alcohol, or they can go wash their hands and just wash that paint off, and it's easy to get off. No problems there. So I'm telling you that it's faster, and I want to give you some examples, example A and B. So this was me actually, and this was really a case study because I was trying to figure out, everybody's bringing up pat gels. Like I said, I've been doing nails for a long time, even before there was gel polish. Everybody's bringing up why this one is better than that one. In the whole grand scheme of it, we're using chemicals on people's nails. Believe me, we're using chemicals on people's nails. When they tell you, oh, it's natural, it's vegan, they have a little plant-based oil in the product. That's it. That is it. You can see it on their MSDS. We're using chemicals. So that's the underlying thing. So to protect yourself and your client, like I said, you can use your liquid latex. You can always use if you have a dust sucker when you're doing nails, just turn on the dust sucker. I do that all the time. Even when I'm doing acrylics, I'll have my dust extraction unit on to suck down the fumes from the acrylics as well as, when you're filing in dust and stuff like that. So we have A and B. A is me actually doing the same technique that I did in B with airbrush, and I did it with the pat gels. Now with the pat gels, it did take me literally 1 whole hour with nail art. Now, if you don't have the luxury of charging $1 per minute, you're going to want to get faster, which is why B, I did the same look, but with my airbrush. It took me 30 minutes. And because it only took me 30 minutes, this client who gets 2 different looks on each hand, I completed it quicker than I did the full 2 hands with the same look with the pat gels. I'm not telling you anything that I haven't tested. I want you to notice the timestamps at the bottom of each of these screenshots, right? That's from my phone. Yeah, it took that much time difference. Airbrush is literally a game changer because it makes your work quicker. And like I said before, if you're not charging what you need to be charging, you need to at least get faster at offering what you're offering, and Airbrush is going to solve that for you. This is just video 1 of my 5 airbrush video series on how to master airbrush and profit for time management, for clientele growth. And I am so glad that you're here. Now, in the next video, I'm going to go over a few things that nail techs run into issues with. So watch that video next, and definitely grab the free guide down in the description for the best airbrush equipment for you to use literally today. All my favorites, not sponsored by anybody. It is literally a group of tools that I put together to help nail techs grasp this technique quicker.